Welcome. Today we have for you an excerpt from the Ancestral Essence Membership Zone class, entitled Spiritual AI versus Human AI. Enjoy.
Spiritual AI. We are the consciousness, the being, the observer. In the word human being, the human is the body and the being is the one having the experience. Yeah, often missed in the way that people pronounce it because they give the onus on the body and the body being something when the being is the one who's actually having the experience. The being is the observer. The being is the one looking out at the world, not the world looking at the being. Yeah, the being is the one that is creating through all these visual processes, the actual experience, so that it can save it in different files in what is your internal databases, which are much more sophisticated than anyone is given any chance to comprehend. Yeah. As the consciousness, you are the intelligence that is writing the software to direct the processes that enable you to have this life. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel are all experienced inside your mind. They're not experienced outside of your mind. The classic, if someone says, I'm tasting this, where are they tasting it? They're tasting it in their tongue, or are they tasting it in their mind? The tongue is a sensor that will take the information in the food and will send it up to the brain for the brain to recognize the taste. And when it recognizes the taste, then it turns around and says, oh, I've not tasted that before. Oh, this tastes like strawberries. This tastes like pineapple. This tastes like this. This tastes like that. But it has to have a file previously stored to compare the taste against it to be able to name it. The taste is taking place inside your mind. The same as when someone is touching you. If they're touching you on your arm, you'll say, okay, that area is known as my arm. I'm feeling something touching it. And then your mind is going to say, okay, what is the name of that place? What is the feeling that I'm feeling? This is why you can touch certain things, and your memory has your mind has a memory of what that sensation feels like. That's why it says it feels like velvet. It feels like silk. It feels like polyester. It feels like cotton. You have a memory of what cotton feels like, what silk feels like. If someone says, I'm giving you a metal, you might not have a feeling or a memory of what all the metals feel like. So someone gave you gold and silver and you couldn't see it. Would you be able to tell with your eyes closed whether it was gold or silver? You would need to look at it, and then your mind would say, oh, I'll connect the program. This feeling is now something that is associated to gold. Okay, stored in the memory. So next time you touch that feeling, you will say, oh yeah, that feels like, feels like gold. We're feeling definitely, and tasting definitely, and smelling definitely in our minds. When it comes to hearing and seeing, this is what we've been speaking about all day. The fact that your mind is effectively hearing all of this stuff, going through all of this stuff. That's what's taking place inside you. We have incredible, sophisticated departments in our mind that have processors, yeah, that are converting the data from the stored memories in our minds. What you call AI is the spiritual AI, where the consciousness AI is now using these different departments within you to help process all the information that is coming into you. All the data, everything, boom, 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 boom. If you're sad, if you're mad, if you're All these different things are different departments, all different software programs, all running inside your mind, all enabling you to be able to have the experience of looking at an object. And once you look at an object, if no one's got a name for the object, if no one's got what we're supposed to do for the object, we're just looking at there saying, what do we do next? We haven't encumbered this situation before. You need to then look at it and say, okay, let me see this image. Does it have a name? Does it have a purpose? Have I seen it before? You put it through the processes in your mind. Your mind then looks at it and says, okay, can I compare it? Can I contrast it to this? Remember, does this remind me of anything else, anyone else that I've been through? Any situation. Once it does that, it helps the mind to then conclude how it's going to deal with this situation. What images it's even going to create. This person, do they look like an ex? Do they look like someone I knew? Do they look like someone I grew up with? But even when you're looking at a person, you're looking at their hairstyle, you're looking at their clothes, you're looking for something to compare it to. All these processes are running at incredible speeds of light. Hence, you can look at someone taking all their data and information and sum it up in a second. Okay, yep, I see you. I know what you remind me of. I know who you remind me of. Oh, are you like that person? Then you're approaching that person based on what you've seen before. But that's the speed of the process you've got in your mind. Our consciousness is using the capacity of our body machine created by our parents and the software to use and navigate through programs left by our parents as well as those of educational designs. So your consciousness, the you, the observer, is trying to manipulate through the limitations or the actual...
If you would like to see the whole 2 hours video and become part of the Ancestral Essence Membership Zone Village, visit ancestralessence.com for details on how to register. Thank you for watching. See you soon.